the Ancien regime, women had a remarkable amount of power, more influence than they would prove to have in the future. They even held minor positions in the government. During the Enlightenment, there were many people fighting for social equality, but gender equality was still neglected. According to the men of the Revolution, women were too stupid for politics.
Those were the days. Of course, the men were dominant, but at least it was civilized, and women had at least a small say in the government. Women played an influential role during the Revolution, but their role is often forgotten. While farmers and peasants were starving in their homes due to inequality, women were protesting in the streets. On one occasion, women rioted the city, attacking bakeries and demanding bread for the poor.
In addition to protesting hunger, they continued to fight for equality and work towards a higher literacy rate, especially among women. Some, for example, the Rameau sisters, also fought in the army and gained the right to use firearms, but were banned in 1792.
Women's clubs were likely the most influential form of female protest. Etta de Palm hosted the first women's club, named Friends of Truth. This, along with the later clubs, gave women a place to speak of radical thoughts and produce new feminist concepts.
I cannot figure what went on in those clubs, but I do know they should not have been there, filling each other's heads with feminist ideas and radical thoughts. They should have been at home, cooking my dinner.
Those first days of the revolution were so tough. The men were always telling us to stop what we were doing. They just did not agree with our independence. We women formed clubs where we gathered to discuss the political climate of the time. You see, it was the only place where we could speak freely and without criticism.
Women's Club were a group of women who fought to remove all social class distinctions. They believed the government should provide for the poor. They were the largest and most influential political group during the Revolution.
That was the most outrageous thing I have ever heard. Women trying to use firearms and knives. Oh, they could have killed someone.
Some of the most famous women of the Revolution were Suzanne Necker, Anne Théroigne de Maricourt, Mary Wollstonecraft, Etta de Palm, Marie Antoinette, and Madame Elizabeth. Women of this time wrote influential pieces of literature, including The Vindication of the Rights of Women. This is the book of Mary Wollstonecraft. Is a vindication of the rights of women. It profiles the women argument about equality in the French Revolution. It was quite a big influence, at least in the world of the women.
This is terrible. Women reading books and now writing them too. Mon Dieu, what is this world coming to? Women too stupid to know politics. It used to be that women could stay at home and care for my babies. And now, sacrebleu, women running in the streets and demanding power.
The most famous of women during this time were Madame Roland and Madame Elizabeth. Madame Roland was well versed in the theories of Rousseau. She was learned in English and politics and was a supporter of the cause of liberty. She was eventually killed by the Jacobins.
One of the most influential women among our group was Théroigne de Maricourt. She was avidly interested in the debates of the Estates Generales. She always had something to say. Pity she ended up dying in that dreadful place. An asylum is no place for a woman of such high social standing.
Maricourt? If you ask me, I say the politics in her head made her go insane. Such matters should be up to men, and men alone. I cannot believe a man such as Monsieur Sieyès would go to one of her salons.
Women's rights experienced little advancements during the French Revolution. Before the Revolution, women actually held minor positions within the government. The Revolution would prove to actually weaken the rights of women.
This is good, is it not? The women fought so hard, and they failed. They deserve this. They got out of the house and they stretched their legs, but now it is time to come back to my house, cook my dinner, and feed my babies. Oh, monsieur, I did learn one thing. A woman with a strong mind can be dangerous to us men and our ways.
Oh well, it was worthwhile. Although we did not gain a higher social standing, we did show those men we were capable.
Oh,